My name is Dr. Adam Sawyers, and I am an incredibly below average powerlifter and an exceptionally good online coach. This is my training whilst I rehabilitate from exploding both my quads whilst I was squatting. So, at the minute, the goal with training is to just get jacked and massive and lean and strong and everything that everyone wants. Today, though, shall be bench. So, what I'm going to do is warm up to my top sets. We shall use the ASC Performance app. If you are a returning watcher, you're the best. If you're a new watcher, welcome along. So the goal at the minute is I'm in a bit of a deficit. I'm looking to get it down to about 90 kilos and 95.4 this morning, I believe. So I'm just using the ASC Performance app, getstrongfeelawesome.com or ascperformance.com. How sore are you? Little sore. How stressed? Not stressed. Energy, normal. Mood, normal. Sleep, not great. Submit. So I say not great. The only reason for that is because I went to bed late, very naughty. Not that bad, but went to bed about an hour later than normal. Still woke up at the same time as normal. So I just will count that as sleep, as like I give myself a negative score on that. Whereas if I slept the same as normal or exceptionally well, then it's normal or higher. So I'm rating them compared to my averages, not compared to anybody else's. And what I'm going to do is use this stance tracker, which is still a relatively new thing for me. Getting used to this. So obviously I've used the flex velocity tracker for a while. Up until I exploded my quads, I haven't bothered using velocity stuff since. I'm just starting to use this to get used to it because I couldn't find the charger for my flex unit. However, I found it just before this, but I'm on not a rush, but I'm on a schedule, and so I didn't want to wait for that to charge up before training. So we'll just use the flex one for now. The stance one for now. So 60 kilos, first set. We shall start. What I'll probably start doing actually is just using it on 100 kilos up after today, but since I've already put it on, I'll just use it. Bench at the minute is starting to feel pretty solid right now. So I think I probably, if I had to bench a max today, I think I'd probably hit somewhere between 160 and 170-ish, which is not bad really, considering not peaking or anything. But if you've been keeping up with the videos, then you'll see that all I've been doing is just gradually increasing the minimum workload for bench across the week. So for now, for today's session, so last week I did 5 sets of 6 with 105. This week I'm going to do 6 sets of at least 5, same volume, with 110. So 6 sets of 5 to possibly up to 7 reps, depending on how it actually starts moving for the day. Oh wait, let's turn this on. This is the only thing I need to get back into the habit of remembering to do. New set, 100 kilos, start set. Pop on there. So it's difficult to judge the RPE on that because it is only 100 kilos. Only, that's currently my squat one at max. 0.37 meters a second, allegedly. So we've got planned 6 sets of 5 to 7 reps at 110. So stick the weight on for that. What I'll do is probably stick a 2-minute rest on between sets, and then just crack on with them and talk nonsense between them as I go. Then after that, the plan is behind the neck strict press, but can't really do it here, so I'm doing that at the gym. However, I've got an appointment booked to go and cut off my mane, so what I'll probably do is do the bench, go get the haircut, go to the gym to finish off the session, do the behind the neck strict press. It's basically behind the neck strict press and then arms, because who doesn't enjoy just straight up training arms? I didn't post a video yesterday. Don't know where my timer is. I didn't post a video yesterday because my knees were my knee singular, my right knee, super sore. I think it's from I did some single leg press on Wednesday. I don't have the little leg timer thing, so I'll just have to. I can use the timer in the AC app, to be fair. Yeah, my right knee, super sore. So all I did yesterday, training wise, I did about 3 hours of walking, which is like a sort of a PB, and then like that was split up over the day. Training wise, all I did was leg extension, isometrics, and leg extensions. Both legs with like 5 kilos because it was too sore to do anymore. Anyway, with that said, let's get this tracker set up. 1, 1, 0. So somewhere between 5 and 7 reps. It wants to be moving to where it's like comfortable, but I wanted it to. I'm thinking like RPE. I'm thinking the plan is RPE 6 to 7, which I think below 7 it's tough to actually give a decent RPE, but you do start to know what that feels like over time. It's essentially something that's like good, honest work, but there's absolutely zero chance of failing it. So yeah, that was like, I don't know, probably less than an RPE 6. Could have probably gone to 10, 11, 12 if I needed to. So I'm going to give that a 6. And then we shall start the rest timer. So, go 2-minute rest. Now velocity on that, let's have a look. So the average was 0.32 meters a second. The highest was 0.43. So we've got the details. The average we've got. So it's 0.43 is the fastest. 0.43, 0.38, 0.37, 0.35, 0.35, 0.32, 0.24. So that last one, bit of a drop off, which is basically a little bit down for the whole thing, and big down at the bottom. So I'll show you the chart. So that's what this looks like. Just give it a sec to focus so you can see there. And then the other thing we have on this is the smoothness measure. So I have a 97% smoothness apparently. And this is where it's saying the sticking point is at each rep. So ignore the first one because it's counting the unrack as a rep. But you see the sticking point similar each time. It's roughly just above the halfway point, which to be fair, that isn't inaccurate. So it's not a bad thing. Anyway, how long have we had to rest now? 35 seconds. So the reason I like the little spinny one is because there's no, you're not messing around with apps and stuff and getting distracted. They just press the button, do the timer. Quite like that. But I do also use it for work. So what I might do, this is just a silly thing, but I might still do it, is buy a second one. Just leave one in here and one in my office instead. I'm preferring leaving these unedited, these videos as well, just because it makes them so much easier to do in terms of like, I don't need to edit them at all before I upload them. I literally just press upload. 110, let's go again. Only thing with this is the device seems to disconnect really easily. I'm not sure if that's because my iPad's also connected to the speaker. So again, between 5 and 7 reps. Nice and easy again. No dramas, nothing exciting. 2-minute rest again. So on that one, no data to display. So this is the thing with the new device. I'm probably not so used to it yet, but it does have the glitches every so often. I'm just going to log that set. So another set of 7. I'm going to give that 6.5 because it was like a tiny bit harder than the last set. Yeah, I don't know why it's not showing that data. So it thinks I did 1 rep. I'm not sure if I'm using something wrong with it. So it says total reps 7, but there's no speed on it. There's no smoothness score on it either. So I don't know why it's done that. Whereas for the prior set, oh, here we go. Now it's got it. It's very bizarre. So this time, it was 0.37, 0.38, 0.38, 0.38, 0.3, 0.36, and 0.24. So that 5th rep, that 0.3, that one wasn't ideal. So I need to be more consistent with that. The other reps were all consistent. And then let's have a look at the smoothness. 92%. So the first 4 reps were like 98%. And then there's a significant drop off on that 5th rep. Interesting. Anyway, 10 seconds left. That's close enough. Do another set. So on the session, new set, 110, go. Start set. I've definitely pressed start set. Just 6 on that one, because I started to feel I was drifting a bit and starting to get a little uncomfortable on the old wrist. Well, both wrists. So I don't want to be grinding through these. I want them to stay nice and steady. So let's have a look at velocity on this. So 0.38, 32, 34, 35, 33, 32. So again, it's a little up and down. So this is why I'm not just forcing myself to get the 7 reps, because I want to actually stick to what the plan is, which is that like RP 6 to 7-ish. I mean, there's 3 more sets to go as well. This would be quite a big, broad base for me to be doing so much volume over the week. So I did on Monday the 130 for a single, 125 for a triple, and then 120 for 3 or 4 triples. So then on day 2, incline bench 80 for sets of 8, and then today 110 for 6 sets of 5 to 7 reps. So that's quite a lot of pressing work, and although the technique is starting to feel smoother, I wouldn't say it's actually smooth yet. It's just smoother than it has been. But anyway, I've got 54 seconds left to go. So work-wise stuff, since I'm updating you on those things right now, what I did, so on the last video that I did will have been Thursday, had that client presentation, went really, really well. Covered, so it was called Powerlifting for the Master Generalist. So for a guy called Jim, he's got like 8,000 world records and stuff, but his program is the Master Generalist program. So it's like if you was, it's not CrossFit, but it's training for everything. He doesn't do silly CrossFit things like kipping handstand press-ups where you're going to damage your neck. So that went well. Yesterday, Friday, there was the work. Went out for a walk, which is like, I know that sounds so trivial, but like that's a big thing for me at the minute. And then I sorted out an entire new email sequence on the intro to 14 Strong, which again, probably doesn't sound very exciting, but it's something that will help. And I'll explain why in a second. Let me just do this set. So if we can focus a bit better, try and make these smoother this time. So what I'm thinking this time is, instead of just do as many reps up to the limit, is every rep is a chance to practice good technique. So we're going to have 5 really good reps, optionally a 6th and a 7th. So 6 that time. That was alright. I felt on that 6th rep. Oh, did I not press record? Oops. On that 6th rep, I just felt my knee was moving a bit uncontrollably. Still not too bad. I'd say that was actually better than the previous set. Oh, so the welcome sequence thing. So the way people come into my world, if you like, is say they might find an ad for 14 Strong, which means the very first emails they get are in relation to that. So I've been going through the email welcome sequence for that and improving that, because that's like first impressions. That's what I did yesterday. Big thing, obviously, apart from normal stuff, client work and consultations and whatever else. And today, this morning, a couple check-ins, training, go get a haircut. It'll be the first time I've actually been to get my hair cut in maybe 6 or 7 years. I used to either just shave it or let it grow. So I would just shave it usually every summer and then just let it grow till the next summer. And then more check-ins for today. Try and get outside a bit. It's nice weather. I might do some sit outside. It's not warm enough really to just sit around outside. And then what I'm looking at doing is I'm mapping out the competition calendar for back end of 2025 for my athletes now. I've got quite a few people that are looking to qualify for national championships and stuff, but it's coordinating which events and peaking and stuff like that. And the American Nationals, so Powerlifting America Nationals, they'll be next month, so a few clients there, and then you'll be looking for prepping people for next year's. Right, time for the next set. I've definitely pressed start set. So if this doesn't work, it's the app or the device, it's not me. That one was a mess. Stop set. So that one, I could feel I started to not lock the reps out properly. So then I tried to compensate by, so this all was happening in a couple of seconds. So I could feel I wasn't locking the reps out properly. So I tried to compensate by pressing harder. And then on that last rep, my tricep just felt like I'd just done a set of 15 or something. So this is where the fatigue is starting to appear. So even though it's not high intensity, it's not good. So that set the speed 0.44, fine, 4.2, 4.1, 3.4, 2.4, and then 3.1. So that's kind of gone like that and then like that at the end, which would be because that one rep where it had gone down a lot is one of the ones where I wasn't locking it out properly. But only one set to go. I think I'm going to rest a little bit longer just to make sure it's a good quality set. This is the thing as well, like, so when I haven't really said anything that insightful today or that helpful, but when you're training for strength stuff, you actually don't need to be that close to failure all the time. When you're training for hypertrophy stuff, you do generally want to train close to failure. So for the benching stuff, just holding back a little bit is actually probably more beneficial than grinding through all the reps, especially when you've got a good grasp of how much volume you're doing over the week. And so, like, obviously I got everything in the ASC app, so it's all logged. So most people come into my world through 14 strong. So it wants to be a good first impression, and it wants to be repeatable, so that every time somebody new comes through it, they get the same experience, or at least a better experience, before then just getting my ramblings via email and whatever else. So although it doesn't sound that exciting, rewriting 10 emails or whatever, it is a valuable thing in the business. And so now all I can do with it is test the data. So test the emails to get the data. So what I'll do is I'll have a split test running, old emails, new emails, see which one gets a better response, basically. And then when I've run enough data through it, then change over to the new ones if they're better. And then in another 6 months' time, do it again, test it again with a new version. Everything, like, in the business side of the business is testing, is split testing. One thing I wish I'd done, well, not wish, if I was starting again now, what I would do is have one marketing channel plus email, one funnel for getting clients, one product or service at one price. Just one thing. That's it. Because I think it's easier to just optimize one thing than it is have multiple things going on. Because eventually, so I've ended up in a position where I've got multiple things going on, but they all drive a significant amount of revenue and growth to the business. So it's not a clear-cut thing of which is more valuable, and so it means attention is divided between multiple things. And if it's a singular thing, that would be better. You have the argument that having multiple streams or multiple different products is like hedging your bets. It's like diversifying your options or whatever, but it's harder to scale as well because of your attention split. So if I was starting again, I would just have as much vertical growth as possible before then going horizontally, instead of having 3 or 4 things that you're trying to grow at the same time. It just makes it harder. But such is life. Right, last set. You know what? When people are like, the last set's the best set, It shouldn't be, because it means you wasn't trying hard enough on the first ones. But equally, I get the psychological thing of like telling yourself the last is going to be the best set, so you make sure you finish all of the reps with the kind of high quality that you need to. So, with that said, let's go for at least 5 good reps. That was average in quality. I think I could have done, so the first 2 or 3 were good, and the next ones I was touching a bit low, and then the last 2 I touched quite high. Average. So my skill level's not very high at the minute. So yeah, actually you can see on the graphs. So 4.6, 4.2, 3.8, 3.2, 3.3, 2.8. It's not as bad as I thought. But that is going to be it for the benching. Now, let's just put the RP on that. I'm going to say that was a 7 on that set for 6. So we've done 100 kilos for 7, 7, 6, 6, 6, 6 reps. It's quite a bit of volume, really. So how many reps is that? 38 reps, 110 kilos. So what's that? 3,800 plus 380, so 4,180 kilos of volume done in however long this video is so far. That's not too bad. What I will do next is I'm gonna get some food, go get my face tidied up, then go to the gym to finish off the session, where I'll be doing behind the neck press, curls, lateral raises, probably more curls, and maybe some tricep extensions. It's very much like the second half of this session. It's like a bro session of going and just getting awesome arm pump. So that's what I'm going to do. I potentially will stick the video of the behind the neck press at the end of this clip. If the gym's busy, I just have resigned myself to that. I just don't like filming when the gym's too busy. So I won't. If the gym's quiet, however, then I will. I think the target working weight for today is 62. Oh, I can't do 62, can I? They don't have 1.25. It'll be about 60 or 65 kilos for the behind the neck presses for sets of like 6 to 10, probably. And then that'll be it. Tomorrow's deadlift and back and cardio, and then Monday be quads again. So that shall be it for today, probably. I will see you either tomorrow or the day after, whenever I upload it. Subscribe to the videos and all that nonsense.